No one claps for the person who wakes up tired. No one cheers for the one staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, wondering where their life went wrong. We only ever celebrate the victory. We never see the silent suffering that comes before it. This isn't a story about overnight fame or incredible talent or a lucky break. This is the story of an ordinary person. Someone just like you. Someone who almost gave up and didn't. He wasn't born special. There was no silver spoon, no powerful connections, no viral moment that shot him to stardom. There was just a small room, a phone alarm that felt like an enemy every single morning, and a job that paid the bills but slowly stole his soul. Every single day felt exactly the same. Wake up, rush through the morning, put on a fake smile for the world, come home completely exhausted, mindlessly scroll through a phone, sleep, repeat. He told himself, this is just how life is. This is normal. But deep down, in a quiet place he tried to ignore, he knew he was meant for more. The call to change doesn't usually come with fireworks and a grand announcement. It comes quietly. It can be a single moment, a sentence you read, a sudden, sharp realization. For him, it happened one night while he was scrolling through old photos on his phone. He stopped. There was a picture of himself from years ago, his eyes full of fire, full of dreams too big to even explain. And in the quiet of his room, he whispered to himself, "What happened to me?" That one question changed everything. But before courage could even get a word in, fear answered loud and clear. "You're too late. You're not good enough. Look at everyone else. They're already so far ahead of you." And he almost listened. He almost believed those voices. Because, let's be honest, staying comfortable, even if it's a miserable comfort, hurts a lot less than the thought of trying and failing. Comfort whispers the most dangerous lies. So he delayed. He waited. He told himself, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow became next week, and next week became next month, and then next year. The dream got dustier, sitting on a shelf in his mind. He was trapped in the cycle of one day. Until one day, life decided for him. You see, mentors don't always appear as wise old people in movies. Sometimes our greatest mentors appear as pain, a harsh rejection, a painful loss, a moment where life itself looks you in the eye and says, "You can't stay here anymore." For him, it was hitting rock bottom. It wasn't dramatic or cinematic, it was just empty. A profound, hollow feeling. And in that emptiness, he finally realized a fundamental truth. No one is coming to save me. That was the lesson. That was the mentor. The first step he took wasn't heroic. It was small, almost invisible. He started waking up just 15 minutes earlier. He began turning off distractions, putting his phone in another room. He started doing the work even when every ounce of motivation was gone. And in those early days, there was no applause. There were no likes on social media. There was no encouragement from anyone. There was just discipline. And a whole lot of doubt. Every single step forward felt deeply uncomfortable. It was lonely. It was uncertain. But he had crossed a line in his own mind. There was no going back to the way things were. This is the point where most people quit. The progress was agonizingly slow. The results were completely invisible to the outside world. Friends didn't understand why he was suddenly so focused, why he wasn't going out as much. Some of them even laughed, some openly doubted him. But the real enemy wasn't other people. The real enemy was the voice inside his own head, the one that kept whispering, "This isn't working, you're wasting your time, just give up." But he kept showing up, even when he was tired, even when he was scared, because consistency started to build something inside him that was far stronger and more reliable than motivation. It built belief, a quiet, steady belief in himself. And then, just when he thought he was making progress, everything fell apart. It felt like all his effort was for nothing. All his sacrifice had gone completely unrecognized. One night, sitting alone, totally exhausted and defeated, he thought, was this all a massive mistake? This was the abyss, the place where dreams go to die. And this is where the hero is truly tested, not in the triumphant finish, but in the darkest moment of doubt. But in that moment of near surrender, something shifted. Not externally, internally. He had a revelation. He stopped chasing results. He stopped desperately seeking validation from others. He changed his focus entirely. He focused on mastery, on the process, on the simple goal of becoming just a little bit better than he was the day before. And that's when things truly began to change. Quietly at first, then slowly, but surely. Confidence began to replace fear. Action began to replace excuses. He was no longer the same person who had stared at that old photograph with a sense of loss. Success didn't arrive overnight in a blaze of glory. There was no single moment of triumph, but one day he looked back, and he barely recognized the person he used to be. He had become the person he once desperately needed. He was stronger. He was calmer. He was disciplined, and he realized that his story wasn't just his anymore. It had become proof. Proof that ordinary people, people who feel lost and invisible, can do extraordinary things. If you're watching this and you feel lost, if you feel behind in life, if you feel completely invisible, good. That means your real journey is just about to begin. Heroes are not born confident. They are forged in the fires of doubt and uncertainty. Your struggle is not a sign that you should quit. It is the very sign that you are in the process of becoming. So take that first small step. Make that difficult call. Do the work when no one is watching. Not tomorrow. Now. Because one day, you won't just be living your dream. Your story will be the very thing that inspires someone else to begin theirs. Thanks for watching.